Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Myself Seema Tambe, and today I'm going to discuss how metallic oxides are formed, how non-metallic oxides are formed, why non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature, why metallic oxides are basic in nature, okay? And when metallic oxides react with acid, what you get? When non-metallic oxide reacts with base, what you get is what we are going to see, okay? So let's start with it. So today what we are going to start is how metallic oxides are formed. Okay, so how basically metallic oxides are formed. Let's write the general equation. Okay, now see, metallic oxides are nothing but, see, it goes by name, metal plus oxygen. Okay, so how metallic oxides are formed? When metals reacts with oxygen, what you get is metallic oxide. Okay, when metals reacts with oxygen, what you get is metallic oxide. Now let's see the example. Now what are metals, guys? Copper, sodium, magnesium, these are all metals. So let's see the reaction. Okay, now let's talk about how sodium reacts. Sodium is metal, right? So when it reacts with oxygen, just like I already said, oxygen is what? It's always in a molecular form. Okay. Now see, sodium has valency 1, oxygen has valency 2. So what? By crisscross method, it becomes like Na2O. Fine. Also, it is very important to balance. Okay, so let's balance it. Sodium, it's 2, right? So you need to balance it. Okay. Now let's see. 2 sodium, 2 sodium. Oxygen is oxygen 2? No. So you need to balance it over here. Okay, now let's see. 2Na, O2, but now it has become 4Na. So, write 4Na. Okay, so that's how the equation is balanced. So what is the reaction? Metals, which is sodium, when reacts with oxygen, what you get is metallic oxide. Okay. Fine, now let's see another example. Copper. This is example which is given in your textbook. Okay, this is copper, which is metal, which react with oxygen. What you get is copper oxide. Okay, now copper has valency 2, oxygen has valency 2. So by crisscross method, it is going to go here and it's going to go here. Okay, but it has the valency same, so it is going to cancel out. Okay, so it is going to become CuO. Now let's see the balancing part. 2 oxygen, is it 2 over here? No. Okay, now it has become 2 copper, so you need to balance it over here. Fine. So what is the reaction? When metal reacts with oxygen, what you get is metallic oxide. Okay, example what we have seen is sodium, when reacts with oxygen, what you get? Sodium oxide. Copper, when reacts with oxygen, you get copper oxide. Fine. Now this is what the reaction is. Okay, so when metals reacts with oxygen, what you get is metallic oxide. These are the examples. Now let's see. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. Fine. How? Let's see. These are metallic oxides. Okay, so Na2O, which we have just prepared, you can say, and copper oxide. Fine. Now, how metallic oxides are basic in nature is what I'm explaining. Now, when you're taking this metallic oxide, okay, and you're dissolving in water, let's see what you get when you're taking sodium oxide, copper oxide, and dissolving in water. These are what, guys? Metallic oxide. Metallic oxide, when you're dissolving in water, let's see what you get. NaOH. Here what you get? Cu, copper hydroxide. Okay, so when sodium oxide, which is metallic oxide, sodium oxide, which is metallic oxide, fine, copper oxide, which is also another example of metallic oxide. Okay, what happens? What I said? When metallic oxide, okay, sodium oxide and copper oxide, when you're dissolving in water, what you get? See, base. What you get is base. Fine. Hence it is said that metallic oxides are basic in nature. Okay, here we have proved how metallic oxides are said basic. Okay, how metallic oxides are said basic. We have confirmed it. Let's see it again. Okay, when metals reacts with oxygen, what you get? Metallic oxide. Okay, I'll highlight the general equation. Okay, fine. When metals reacts with oxygen, what you get is metallic oxide. Example, what we have seen, sodium and copper. These are metals. When reacting with oxygen, what you get is sodium oxide and copper oxide. Fine. Now they say that metallic oxides are basic in nature. How we'll get to know? Let's take the metallic oxide which we have prepared, which is sodium oxide and copper oxide. Let's dissolve in water. What you get? Base. What you get? Base. When you're dissolving sodium oxide in water, what you get? Sodium hydroxide. When you're dissolving copper oxide in water, what you get is copper hydroxide. Okay, so these are what, guys? Base. Okay, so when metallic oxide dissolve in water, what you get? Base. Hence, metallic oxides are basic in nature. Understood? Hence it is said what, guys? Metallic oxides are basic in nature. How? We have confirmed it over here. Okay, now what happens? Now another reaction is when metallic oxide reacts with, this is base. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. So when metallic oxide reacts with acid, what you get? See, metallic oxide is what? Base. When it will react with acid, what is it? It is going to be a neutralization reaction. Let's see how it is. Okay. Now metallic oxides are what, guys? Metallic oxides are basic in nature. Fine. Now metallic oxide, when reacts with acid. Okay, what is this reaction? Metallic oxide when reacts with acid, what happens? Let's see. Metallic oxide when reacts with acid, what you get, guys? You get salt and water. Why? Because metallic oxides are basic in nature, and it is when reacting with acid, acid base is going to give you what? Salt and water. Okay, let's see the example. Copper oxide. Fine. When reacts with acid, say HCl. Okay, what you get is copper chloride, which is salt and water. Understood? So copper oxide, which is base, when reacts with acid, what you get is salt and water. Let's see whether it is balanced. Copper oxide, copper, balance. Chlorine, is chlorine balanced? No. Okay, let's see. 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 2 chlorine, 2 chlorine. Cu. Now everything is balanced. Let's see it again. Cu. Oxygen. 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 2 chlorine, 2 chlorine. Now it is balanced. Okay. So what happens when copper oxide reacts, which copper oxide is what, guys? Basic. So what is the reaction? Metallic oxide when reacts with acid, what happens? So when metallic oxide reacts with acid, what you get is salt and water. Okay. So this is metallic oxides, copper oxide, which reacts with hydrochloric acid. What you get is copper chloride and water, which is a neutralization reaction. Let's see another thing. Copper oxide when reacts with sulfuric acid. Okay, what you get is copper sulfate and water. Okay, Cu, SO4, H2, O4, it is balanced. Okay, so metallic oxide when reacts with acid, what you get? Salt and water. Okay, it's a neutralization reaction. Fine, understood? Now this is solid, this is solid, this is going to be aqueous, this is going to be aqueous, this is going to be solid, this is going to be solid, and this is going to be liquid. Okay, understood? So what we have seen is how metallic oxides are formed, why metallic oxides are basic in nature, and metallic oxide when reacts with acid, what happens is what we have seen. Okay, now let's see how non-metallic oxides are formed. Okay, and what non-metallic oxides are basically. Let's see. Okay, now let's see about non-metallic oxide. Okay, how non-metallic oxides are formed. Okay, now what are non-metals, guys? Carbon, sulfur. Okay, these are what? Non-metals. Now let's write the general equation. Non-metals when reacts with oxygen, okay, so what we are going to see now, how non-metallic oxides are formed. Okay, how non-metallic oxides are formed. Okay, so let's see how non-metallic oxides are formed. So non-metals are what? Carbon, sulfur, bromine, okay, whatever. Okay, so those are what? Non-metals. Fine. So when non-metals, same way when metals react with oxygen, what you get is metallic oxide. Same way non-metals when react with oxygen, what you will get is non-metallic oxide. Okay, so non-metals when reacts with oxygen, what you get is non-metallic oxide. Let's see the examples. Okay, now carbon when reacts with oxygen. Carbon is what, guys? It's solid gas. Okay, it is what? Carbon dioxide. Fine. Carbon when reacts with oxygen, what you get is carbon dioxide. Okay, that is non-metals when reacts with oxygen, what you get is non-metallic oxide. Fine. Same way when sulfur reacts with oxygen, what you get is sulfur dioxide gas. Okay, so non-metals reacts with oxygen. Let's highlight this equation. Okay, non-metals when react with oxygen, what you get, guys, is non-metallic oxide. Fine. So what are non-metals, guys? Carbon and sulfur. Fine. So carbon, sulfur, these are non-metals. When reacts with oxygen, what you get is carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide. Fine. So when non-metals, which are carbon and sulfur, reacts with oxygen, why O2? Because oxygen is always in the molecular form, and what you get is carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide, which are nothing but what, guys? Non-metallic oxides. Okay, so non-metals when react with oxygen, what you get, guys, is non-metallic oxide. Now let's see how non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Okay, let's see. What we have prepared is carbon dioxide gas and sulfur dioxide gas. Right? So, if at all you're going to dissolve this, these are what, guys? These are non-metallic oxides, which we have just prepared. Okay, non-metallic oxide, carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide. These are non-metallic oxide. So when you're dissolving in water, what you get, guys? See, H2CO3, which is nothing but, guys, it's a carbonic acid. Okay, and non-metallic oxide dissolved in water, what you get is acid. Okay, hence non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Okay, fine. Now let's see. Now when non-metallic oxides, which are acid, when reacts with base, what happens? Okay, now make sure guys you just write it down. Okay, don't mug it up. Always make sure you write the reaction and understand and write it. Okay, so non-metallic oxide are what guys? Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. So when non-metallic oxides are reacting with base, what happens? So non-metallic oxides when reacts with base, let's see what you're going to get. Obviously you're going to get what? Salt and water. Why guys? Because it's a neutralization reaction. Yeah, when acid reacting with base, it's obviously it's what? Neutralization reaction. So that's what non-metallic oxides are what guys? Acid in nature. So when it reacts with base, what you're going to get is salt and water. Let's see the example. What non-metallic oxide we have just prepared is carbon dioxide. Let's react with base, our famous base, which is carbon. Okay, sodium hydroxide. What do you get? Let's see. Na2CO3, which is what? Sodium carbonate. Okay, see, when non-metallic oxide, which is carbon dioxide, when reacts with sodium hydroxide, which is base, what you get is sodium chloride and water. Okay, now let's see whether it is balanced. Carbon balanced, oxygen O2, oxygen 1. Okay, make sure you check both the things. Okay, reactants and products should be checked, and then the reaction should be balanced. Okay, so oxygen 2 plus 1, it's 3. So it's 3. Okay, sorry, it's 3 plus 1, it's 4. Okay, so you need to just, let's see it again. Carbon balanced, oxygen 2 balanced, 3 4, it's balanced. Okay, now let's see sodium 2 balanced, hydrogen 2, it's balanced guys. Okay, make sure you balance the equation, otherwise you're going to lose the marks. Okay, so let's see what non-metallic oxides are what guys? They are acidic in nature, so it is reacting with base. What happens? What you get is salt and water. Okay, so here we took an example of carbon dioxide, which reacts with sodium hydroxide. What you get is sodium carbonate and water. Okay, fine. So what we have seen today, how metallic oxides are formed, how non-metallic oxides are formed, why non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature, and why metallic oxides are basic in nature. Okay, is what we have seen. Then metallic oxide when reacts with acid, what you get, and when non-metallic oxide reacts with base, what you get. This is what we have seen in our today's video. Okay, so if you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe. Thanks a lot.